Hey ladies, you want to get your booty blasted? God, that sounds so dumb. But that's what these workouts are called. Booty blast, glute gains, whatever you want to call it. This ass centric workout culture that a lot of women have, or rather, a lot of women, fall prey to. And if you don't know, these booty blast workouts are basically the majority of the exercise you see a lot of fit women peddling online. Taking advantage of other women, of course, because that's not how you get thicker glutes necessarily by doing some stupid shit with a band 400 times. Now, that can help you from like zero, but to get the gains, you need weight for that, even if it's your own. But point is, this is what you see on social media. See some woman who's fit, probably from squats, just showing their ass in the tightest thing possible, and they're saying, "Oh, do this booty workout, boo what about?" So insecure women can then flock to their page, give them likes, money, whatever, because saying, "Hey, ladies, if you want a fat ass, you must squat, and you must squat heavy for 6 to 8 reps, 3 to 4 sets. You got to do this like 2, 3 times a week, heavy ass weight, or you can accomplish some of that with calisthenics." But anyway, that's not what they're going to be telling these people because that's too hard. People aren't going to do that. But if you say, "Hey, I got a fat ass. If you do this fucking band thing for 15 minutes at home, then oh my god, you're going to be just like me." That's what sells. And it sucks. It's like every month, every week, every whatever it is. Like, there's the new secret to getting a thick butt. Do this. The secret to getting a fat ass, which, by the way, men, if you're listening, women like that too. The way to do that has been the same for millennia. Fucking squat and or deadlift. Do the knee dominant exercises and hip hinge stuff in a challenging way, and you'll be good. It's been the same for a long time. But a lot of these booty blast, glute gain, I can't think of any other dumb one. Cheek chubifier, ass enhancements. I sound like an idiot saying that. I'm trying to combine enhanced with ass, but it's not working. Anyway, these workouts are focused on high rep, low resistance exercises, which don't really help with muscle growth. It's great for stamina, for sure. But how do you think you get a fat butt, big butt? You need that's muscle. I mean, of course, there's fat there as well, but it's muscle is how you build that in a way that you want anyway. But you can't do that if you're doing 400 repetitions of some very easy band workout or whatever it is. Another issue with this is that it's focusing on one specific body part, which is fucking crazy. That's bodybuilder level stuff. And even then, bodybuilders, they focus on one part of their body, but then they focus on the other ones eventually. But a lot of women fall prey to this mindset where a fat ass and not being fat in the stomach are all that matter. Let's follow what this lying bitch online has to say, and then I'll become attractive. My butt will be nice. That's not how it works. You need to be full. You need to be full-minded. Think in a holistic way when you're talking about your body, because you use your whole body every day. If for some reason the rest of your body was going to be amputated and you were left with just your butt cheeks for some reason, then yeah, focus on that. That'll be in your best interest. But this weird focus is fucked. It's not good for women, not good for men, the ones who just do curls all the time. Yeah, man, I just want to focus on my biceps. Are you stupid? Or their chests, more likely. Hey guys, you gonna do any pull? Can you do pull-ups at all? No? Okay, cool. And a lot of times it's just so the main way that you get a big butt is, like I said, make it hard, do the basics, do the squat. A lot of times these like weird things that involve your legs or some woman's ass in the camera, they're packaged in a way that makes it seem new. And it might be new, but it's not really effective. Now, if a woman says, "Hey, here's my booty workout," and they're just posting themselves doing fucking squats, then I mean, yeah, that's legit. But if they're not, they're saying, "Here's my booty workout," and they do some fucking weird leg movement that's super easy 40 times, and they're bullshitting. They didn't get their body that way. They're just taking a quote unquote new approach so they can get your attention. And honestly, most of these people, I'll say women because they're the ones who kind of peddle this shit the most. Men kind of do in a in a much smaller capacity, but women for sure. Man, no one hates women more than other women. They don't, if they're peddling this shit to you, they don't follow this program themselves. Maybe they do it as a supplementary thing for endurance or something. You don't build butt cheeks like that by using just a band, you know? Unless it's like a fucking car tire size band or something. You know, like insane resistance. Now, who falls prey to this booty blast shit? Women, as per usual. Now, that really annoys me because while I'm not a woman myself, I really hate that women are targeted so much. They already have to deal with being the overall weaker sex. Like literally any average guy could just kill most women within like 20 seconds if they wanted to. The strength difference is fucking insane and completely unfair. Like imagine being a woman, you're just walking outside and you're like 3 times weaker than half of the planet, at least. It's like that's fucking scary. So there's already a case of them being vulnerable and insecure. So then for them to be, targeted for this kind of dumb shit just for aesthetics, this shit ain't even useful because you're not using movement patterns. You're just focusing on isolation exercises for one part of you. It's fucked up, in my opinion. I don't like that shit. And like I mentioned before, it also creates an imbalance with this focus on one thing. Who else falls prey to this? Besides women, I don't know, probably gay guys or something. I'm assuming some of them want fatter asses so they can be a power bottom. I don't know. I can't imagine a lot of men fall prey to this kind of booty blast stuff. I know, like I said, men, if you work out and you have a nice butt, women appreciate that too. But I'm pretty sure most men, when they go towards that goal of a better butt, they are squatting or doing lunging or something. They're not doing this weird band shit. I've never in my life seen a guy at the gym in the cable machine putting anything around his ankles and, doing a lateral abduction. I've never seen that shit. And I've been to the gym a lot. And another type of person who fall prey to this booty blast shit is someone who is trying to spot reduce, which was a previous episode, which means trying to lose weight in mostly lose fat, I guess, in one specific part of your body. Not realizing that your whole body loses weight everywhere at the same time, unless you do liposuction. Now, I can't think of a situation where a woman is like, I just want my butt to be smaller. Maybe in the 90s or something, they would say shit like that. Is my butt too big? Nowadays, I need a fatter ass. Is how it is. So not so much now, but it was the case where women are like, oh, I work out my butt to make it smaller or whatever. However the fuck that's supposed to work in their mind. And speaking of the mind, this stuff really warps women's minds. I remember when I used to work at Blink Fitness in 2017, there would be this woman, and I worked in the Bronx, New York, which has a super high Dominican population. And my family's from the Dominican Republic too, so get fucked. And a lot of them were, really insistent on getting butt implants. And I know this because sometimes they would leave the ads in the gym, like, oh, fly to the DR and get a butt implant and come back, and it's super cheap. And you know what? I would see some of them with those implants at the gym. I remember this woman very vividly because this is focused on growing the butt. That this woman, I don't know when she got this done, but she would show up to the gym at least every Tuesday night, and she didn't really exercise properly. She was just doing the basic high rep shit, which doesn't help that much except for stamina. So she was kind of skinny, except her butt was humongous. So she looked like a weird lollipop from the waist down. And it was fucking odd to me. Because if you're going to just fake the result, why even go to the gym? If you're going to go to the gym, why buy the results? I didn't understand that. And I found out that if you get butt implants, they probably going to die earlier because they turn to like fucking concrete or something over time. I don't know. There's something obviously fucked up with, injecting yourself with fake stuff to become bigger. Like it's like synthol. If you've heard of that, it's like some kind of, I don't know, oil that some men would inject into their arms and upper body to fake having huge biceps. I don't think that's a thing that most people do anymore, at least. And that looks bad as well. But this whole thing that the glute gains and shit like that has warped women's minds so much that they go out there looking like fucking lollipops and they pretend like they earned it by going to the gym and doing whatever. I'm thinking to myself, you're at a gym. So most people here, they understand what a fit body looks like. So when you go in there with implants, it's very obvious. And this is true. Even several years past when I saw that woman and some others at the gym, it's rare, but I go to another Blink now and I see another woman, another Latina woman. I don't know what the fuck is with them and this desire for fat asses. I'm thinking that's not, I'm looking, I'm like, that's not proportionate to your body. So it's not real. That's weird. And it's sad that it's come to that. But again, if you're gonna fake the result, I have no idea why you're at the gym. It makes no fucking sense to me. I guess it's kind of similar to the synthol thing I mentioned. Like these guys would inject something to their biceps and then go to the gym and exercise, even though they kind of bought the shitty result. I don't know. It's fucked up, and I'm not a fan. TBH. In fact, I would prefer women if they're stuck in this all the ass needs to be fat mindset that they do this stupid booty blast workouts instead of getting surgery done, because at least they will do something and not inject poison into their bodies for insecurity purposes. Now let's play devil's advocate. At least these programs get people moving and interested in fitness. Sure, I guess, but if you start off with bad foundations, you're not building anything worth a damn. Some people do progress into real exercise that actually works towards their goal and other goals, but if you start off with like, oh, I'm starting off with a lie, then, I don't know where you're going to go from there. Some people see initial results due to increased activity or muscle engagement. Yeah, I guess. I mean, if you do nothing and then you do something, it's going to be an improvement. Not really justification, but whatever. Short, targeted programs are less intimidating for beginners than full body strength routines. I guess they are less intimidating. They're also less effective. So, no, I still don't agree doing targeted programs that are short to start off for beginners. You're basically having them do a half-assed bodybuilding split without them even giving a shit about bodybuilding. What would be easier is something that's short and targeted towards the full body. Some people act like full body workouts take hours and hours. Nah, they don't. I mean, that depends on your rest time and how many exercises you're doing, but to hit everything in terms of the big muscle, or excuse me, the big movement patterns, push, pull, leg stuff, knee dominant, hip dominant, hinge, whatever, you can hit all that in much less than an hour. Another devil lie. Marketing hype is necessary to stand out and motivate people to take action in a crowded industry. If you're getting people's attention with a fucking lie, basically, well, fuck you. First of all, but it doesn't really motivate people. What you're doing is actually the opposite. You're getting people in under false pretenses. And then when they fail, they lose motivation. And what do? Give up or try something else by someone else who fooled them. So you're kind of getting them on a cycle of getting lied to. I don't think that's great. TBH. If someone enjoys the workouts, even if they're not optimal, isn't that still a win? Slightly. Like I said, if you're doing, a million reps with not much resistance, it's not super helpful. If you're working on endurance that way, just go for a fucking walk. I mean, like I said, from 0 to this, sure, it's better. I wouldn't call it a win. It is better. Hopefully they break out of the weird targeted mindset of the ass. There's more to life than a fat ass. Some may disagree, but it's true. All right, let's get into some numbers. The global fitness industry is worth about $100 billion, with a significant portion of it driven by niche programs and influencer marketing. That means like 7 bicep exercises to get and booty blasts in 7 minutes per day. Those are what a lot of people like, which is crazy because it also sets weird expectations for newbies. They think, oh yeah, okay, so I need to have a whole program for my biceps, for my butt, for my chest. No, just do one program. Just do the fucking movement patterns. 80% of fitness consumers report feeling confused by conflicting advice and marketing claims. Yeah, no shit. You see some boring guy telling you to squat, and you see another fat ass woman saying, do this and you get a fat ass, then, you might be a little confused. I don't know how they got this stat, but about 80% of fitness influencers who promote complex or specialized approaches, they don't follow that. I think that's kind of fucked up. Honestly, if you recommend something to someone, it either better be really fucking relevant or ideally you have done it yourself. Like, I just got recommended this really cool looking protein. It's like egg white based. It looks fucking awesome, low ingredients, but I haven't tried it. So I was like, oh man, should I recommend this to my client? Because he's looking for more protein supplements. I'm like, I haven't tried it myself though, so I'm not going to mention it. I don't know. Some people are like, I just tried this, whatever. I'm thinking, I got to be really sure or I have to have done it myself before I even talk about it to someone else. People who focus on isolated high rep glute exercises are 3 times more likely to quit within 2 months compared to those on balanced progressive programs where they work on everything over time slowly. Yeah, no shit. By the way, unless you're like bodybuilding and focusing on your butt for that exercise or that day or something like that, just stop fucking doing hip thrusts. Like it can be part of an exercise routine, but you're just better off deadlifting because you're doing a similar contraction of the glutes, but you're also getting your fucking whole posterior chain, your back's working, your hamstrings are working. There's a lot of stuff going on. Just deadlift instead. I'm not saying don't hip thrust, but I'm saying if you have to choose one or the other, just fucking deadlift. Why hyper focus on that? You'll get a lot more bang for your buck if you just, pick up the fucking bar, pick up the kettlebell, just deadlift. That's just me though. The average consumer spends about $1,900 annually on fitness products, which is a lot. Slash memberships, slash programs with booty and waist products among the fastest growing. I might do a separate episode on like the waist trainer stuff. That shit is fucked. 90% of fitness infomercials and online ads talk about some kind of spot reduction or targeted fat loss, despite the scientific evidence pointing out that you can't spot reduce unless you get liposuction. So basically, most ads you see, most fitness shit is a fucking lie. I'm not saying all those cool people you follow on the internets are liars. I'm saying the majority of let's say ads or products promoted, these things are misleading at best. Because they just want your fucking money, man. But if you're, there's some people who exist out there who are trying to give you information, wink wink, who are legit. And by legit, I mean they are not trying to hoodwink you, trying to tell you what's worked for them, what they've learned, shit like that. They exist, but the majority of it from corporations and stuff are just like, hey, you insecure piece of shit. You want to buy this so you feel like less like a piece of shit? Pay up. The fitness equipment industry sells over 12 million units of booty bands, whatever the fuck that is, and other similar gear annually, with about 90% of them, of the people who buy them, abandoning them after about 6 weeks. I don't know what a booty band is. I'm assuming it's one of those resistance bands that are meant to go right at the top of your thighs so that the resistance is a lot. So when you abduct, put apart your legs, it's something, but I don't know. I mean, I hope it's that. I don't know what else it could be. 2/3 of personal trainers say that they have to regularly correct the misconceptions that their clients have about spot reduction and booty blast stuff. And yeah, that tracks. I've had to correct a lot of clients in the past about what they thought was possible, what they thought they had to do to reach their goal. I might have told this this story on here before, but I had a woman when I worked at a woman client when I worked at the YMCA who really wanted to lose weight. She thought exercising hardcore was how you did it. And I had her exercise and it was challenging for her, but I mean, I guess she wanted more repetitions or something. And of course, she wouldn't count her calories. So after several weeks, maybe a couple months, she's like, it's not working for me. I'm just gonna get a pill from some doctor in Mexico. And I'm thinking, damn, I guess I wasted my breath on you, huh? That's unfortunate. And that was wild too. I like showed her proof. Hey, I lost 100 fucking pounds. I have a pretty decent idea of what I'm talking about. She was kind of rude with me the last few sessions we had. She was just trying to, run them out. Because when she told me that, she had like 2 or 3 left or something. I'm thinking, why is she like this? I'm literally trying to help from stuff I've learned. You're saving so much time by just listening to what I did. But I don't know. Some people can't be helped. You can try to correct their expectations, but sometimes they are set in stone. Hope she's doing well, and I hope she did not die from that pill. But yeah, a lot of clients they don't really know, which, to be fair, with all that conflicting information out there, it's tough. It's tough out there. But yeah, I can confirm that. A lot of people need to be corrected. I mean, you still hear fucking, oh, carbs are bad. Like, guys, please. And some of the stuff used in marketing are before and after pictures, transformations. I don't know if you know this, but a lot of those are, I'm not saying they're all fake, but a lot of them are. There's this really great video. I forgot who did it. This is years old. Basically, this bodybuilder, he took a before and after picture. He took the after picture first, where he's like all lean and shit in the morning. He hasn't eaten yet. He hasn't, drink any water. And then he spends the day eating like a bunch of salty stuff, a lot of sodium, drinking a lot of water. Like he's full and bloated, and he just lets his stomach out, pushing it out. And he looks like a completely different fucking guy. He looks fat, basically. Well, I'll say chubby because you can tell he's strong as shit still, right? But like the stomach was way out there. And even myself, like there's sometimes in the bathroom, I'm looking at myself, I'm like, damn, man. Like you're not fat, but man, fuck you. You look like you could be better. That's just, body dysmorphia calling, of course. But then at the gym, you get the lighting right and like, damn, man, you know what? You do exercise. Nice. Because yesterday I was in the gym, I was like changing and the lighting, I'm like, yo, I look kind of strong. I look kind of fit. I didn't know I was this level of lean. That's cool. But then, that's gym lighting, straight from above makes you look awesome. Then you go elsewhere in real life, it's like, wow, you're basically average. So, what I'm saying is with the before and afters, they can be kind of staged to look really shitty beforehand and really good afterwards. And I'm going to tell you, lighting is probably the biggest fucking difference in a lot of these. Seriously, you have some good lighting right above you, and it's going to shadow your body in a very flattering way. You have low light, and it's like, wow, you just look like some fucking whatever. So watch out for some of those pictures. They sell those transformations, staged or not. They sell a lot because people are like, wow, that guy did this. Maybe I can do that. Only 1 to 3% of people who buy quick fix body part programs maintain any results long term. I've never heard the term body part program, but yeah, that's basically what they are. So about, let's say 2% of them maintain any results long term. Well, yeah, I mean, if you're already starting off working a fraction of your body, then your odds are pretty low for improving your overall results. You're already starting at like 1/4 or less, right? Anyways, what can you do about this? Well, first of all, stop trying to grow your ass. Specifically, grow your body. Trust me, you grow your body as a whole, you will be shaped in a way that is pretty fucking close or better than what you were imagining. Unless you're dumb and you really wanted that kind of lollipop lower body, that is not possible naturally. Just remember that. Focus on your whole body. Secondly, if you do want to do exercises that are actually helpful, focus on the lower body when you're talking about patterns here. For example, knee dominant exercises, we're talking squats, talking jumping, talking lunges, split squats, pistol squats, all this kind of stuff. It's great, okay? Talking about hip hinges as well, those are really helpful. Deadlifting, single leg deadlifting, Romanian deadlifting, basically deadlift, or kettlebell swings, stuff like that. I hesitate to bring up hip thrusts and back extensions and shit because I think you could do a bit more with those movements, but those count too, I guess. I would not do hip thrusts though, just deadlift. Because those will bring up your body as a whole. Your legs in total, along with your butt, will grow. Your quads, your hamstrings, your calves. But like just everything's gonna just end up being nicer. Like honestly, if you did only work out with your butt, what do you actually expect? Like you have a firm butt and the rest of you is just like pudding or something? What do you actually expect to result in just focusing on your butt? Because focusing on that is not going to fix the rest of you. Not that you need to be fixed, of course, but if you give attention to one part of you, the rest is not going to come along for the ride. Not really. So yeah, don't be swayed. Another thing, don't be swayed by a lot of the people you see online. Sometimes they're on steroids. Sometimes they've had surgeries. Oftentimes they're doing much harder shit in the background that they're not going to tell you about because it's way too hard, not appealing. You're not going to listen and you're not going to give them likes or money. For example, if I told you, hey, you know, it took me like 5 to 6 years or so to lose 100 pounds. I went through this for several months. I went through this for several months. I went through this for a couple of years. I changed this and this and this and this. And then I eventually lost 100 pounds once I learned about blah, 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 blah. Does that sound appealing to you, or does this sound better? Learn this one booty trick to make your ass fat as hell and nice in 30 days. People like the simple shit. It makes them think that's going to be easy. It's never going to be easy. If it were, everyone would be doing it. And if you look around, everyone's not doing it. Anyway, just do the big fucking, do compound movements, focus on the movement patterns. Make it challenging. Do it, at least twice a week. Okay, here, literally do this. Take a dumbbell, kettlebell, barbell if you're a little advanced, not a total noob. Start with the lower weight and then raise it to the point where doing, let's say, 3 sets of 6, 7, or 8 repetitions is pretty fucking challenging. You can't really go to 10. Okay, do that. Rest like 2 to 3 minutes in between. A little more if you need to. Well, and do, with the other patterns, do the same thing. But if we're talking about the butt cheeks here, do that at least twice a week. Don't eat like shit. Eat a decent amount of protein. Like at least a gram per kilogram of your body. Some people say a gram per pound of your body, but that's a lot. So just start off with, per kilogram or whatever. Eat a bunch of protein, do that. In a few months, you're going to have a denser ass. Okay? Now, I'm just noticing, what is this? Spiders, maybe? 2 spiders? An ant in my room? And that hasn't been the case for like the 2 years I've been here. So I'm going to have to kill something right now. So anyways, I hope you guys make it. Don't fall for the booty blasts. If you do, blast yourself in the neck. And hope you make it. Anyway, see you next time.